Harihi Om Sri Madhwacharya Prasannaha Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdara Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Welcome back to everyone. Today we are going to start chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita along with Geetha Bhashyam, summary learnings by Sri Jayatirtharu or Tika Rayaru from Malkhed and Sri Raghavendra Swami from Mantralaya. Just quickly we will like to recap what we saw in the second chapter, where new concepts were introduced to us as what is a jiva and how there is bheda between jiva and Parmatma and jada. Jiva being the living beings, jada being the non-living beings, materials, and Parmatma, of course. Then we also understood what is the meaning of varna and ashrama and how it is important for someone to work along the lines of one's own varna. This working also constitutes aproksha jnana, and the one who achieves the perceptible knowledge of Parmatma, Sri Vishnu, is one who will be able to attain salvation or moksha. Moving further, now this whole conversation, excited Arjuna to ask and delve more deeper into what is the meaning of karma. So the entire third chapter is dedicated towards definition of karma and why is it important for Arjuna to focus on his karma as a kshatriya and not deviate from what his main objective is over there. We also understood in the previous section about Brahma Jnana, that is attaining the perceptible knowledge of Lord Vishnu or Parmatma. So the question was that how do we attain Brahma Jnana? This was answered that there are two methods. First is a Karma Yoga method, which is an overt means, and the second is a Jnana Yoga, which is a covert means. So Arjuna at the start suggested that you have already told that Jnana, that is knowledge, is superior to karma. Then why are you advising, O Parmatma, to me on the path of choosing karma marg instead of jnana marg? And why are you asking me to actively participate in a terrifying battle in Kurukshetra, where Kauravas and Pandavas are facing each other? Lord Krishna smiled upon Arjuna and said that I will give you more secret knowledge now. The Jnana Marga and Karma Marga are not too different. They are contrasting ways of a person obtaining the same goal, that of aproksha jnana or the perceptible knowledge. Also, it is important to understand here that the one who practices the Jnana Marga also needs karma, and the one who is questing supreme knowledge through karma marga also needs jnana. He gave further to elaborate this examples of few yogis like Sanaka, Sanandana, etc., who have practiced a bit of karma yoga before attaining the sovereign knowledge, and the vice versa, a few karma yogis like Janaka Maharaj, who was father of Sita Mata, have obtained the most desirable knowledge only after exercising a bit of Jnana Yoga. Thus, this leads to further classification of Jnana Yogis and Karma Yogis. So, who are Jnana Yogis? All deities like Rudra, Indra, Surya, Chandra, etc. are all, Jnana Yogis. And Karma Yogis are the various emperors who have come under the Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga, who are belonging to Raghukula or Yadav Kula, and humans are all Karma Yogis. So the Karma Yogis have to observe their respective karmas to the best satisfaction of the knowledge of the Lord, so as to obtain the perceptible knowledge. Also, more importantly, if one does not perform the karmas in a desirable way, his mind remains impure. So this throws up a further question that what is an impure mind? So an impure mind is something, where your mind is distracted while actions are being taken. That is, it is not focused on Lord Parmatma at that point of time. So impure mind never becomes knowledgeable mind, however thoroughly he may study. So he may attain bookish knowledge. He may study lot of Shastras, Vedas, etc. But in no way it will help him to attain the knowledge of the Supreme, because jnana has not been acquired in the right way. For example, if we take an unclean vessel and pour milk in it, what is going to happen? Obviously, you will refrain from using the milk further or drinking the milk. Similarly, the knowledge in an impure mind is a waste, in the sense that it would not help one to get the ultimate knowledge. And hence, Lord Krishna once again reminded Arjuna that look, one has to follow karma along with the jnana to achieve, moksha with bhakti. And therefore, as a Kshatriya, it was his primary duty to perform duties. He also gave example from Bhagavata of Priyavrata Maharaja. Priyavrata Maharaja was the brother of Uttanapada Maharaja. Uttanapada Maharaja, I'm sure you have heard of this story earlier also from Bhagavata, where he was blessed with Dhruva as his child, who later on became very famous as Dhruva Maharaj. So quickly I will share that story and get you the insightful details of it. So Uttanapada had two wives, Suniti and Suruchi, and Dhruva Maharaj was the child of Suniti. Now Suruchi was very jealous whenever Dhruva as a child wanted to sit on the lap of his father Uttanapada, and she always made sure that Dhruva never got that seat, and it was always that her children got the particular closeness, nearness to their father, that is Uttanapada. But look at Suniti, when questioned by Dhruva that what to do in such situations, then she reminded him that you need to focus on Parmatma and please him. Then all your desires will be fulfilled and you will be blessed. So at the very young age, of 5 to 10 years, Dhruva went to a deep forest. Unlike today's forest where it is not so dense, in those days it was a very dense forest. And he practiced, yoga for years and years. Lord Narad had come and blessed him by giving him the sacred mantra of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namah. He kept on chanting this for months after months and months. As the time passed by, he started leaving everything. He left eating food, he left drinking water, and slowly he started to control his breath so much that the entire world started to shake. Immediately, Brahmadev, Lord Brahma, and many other deities reached Paramatma and apprised him of the situation. Paramatma was pleased by the devotion shown by Dhruva and came down and blessed him. And we all know what happened further. Dhruva was coined the king, of the particular kingdom, and he ruled very successfully, a very dharmic manner for many years to come. So this is where we know that, why Suniti. Niti over here is something where we can say is the right path, So Su is always an adjective which is used to exemplify good, or extra, enhance. So the following the rightful path is what Suniti taught, whereas Ruchi means taste. So if you follow the Ruchi, that is taste of your tongue or taste of your mind or taste of your senses, then you may be led away from what is your ultimate goal. So be careful that whether you are following the Suruchi way or you are following the Suniti way over there. So just this was a small extract of the Bhagavata which I talked about brother of Priyavrata Maharaj. So while Uttanapada was ruling, at the same time Priyavrata was someone who was completely focused on being a yogi, and he was wanted to be detached from this materialistic life right from the beginning. However, Uttanapada's children, then Dhruva Maharaj, then this legacy continued till Prachetasar Maharaj came. After that, there was no legacy. So it is important for this entire cycle to continue, and therefore Lord Brahma and Swayambhu Manu both requested Priyavrata Maharaj to come back to this life and continue progeny, because that is the most important task in terms of taking this further as per the wishes of Parmatma. So Priyavrata duly followed his karma, what was told to him. So Krishna used this example to remind Arjuna that look, you also need to follow your karma as per your dharma, and that is your prime responsibility. Else you can't beg and lead your life like an ascetic. From this, he further explained that karmas are always restrictive in life, and jnana is a liberator. That is the knowledge, the pure knowledge is a real liberator. In karmas also there are two types. One is nishkama karma, one is sakama karma. Sakama karma, the word itself says, sakama, that is something for me or my benefit or my family benefit or my community benefit. So something that I do with a selfish motive is called as sakama karma. Something which I don't do with a selfish motive, but for the general well-being of the entire, nature, community, everybody, all living beings, non-living beings, is called as nishkama karma. All these karmas, please remember, are to be done in order to please Lord Parmatma and as described in your own varna. So a karma done with a selfish motive is only restrictive. So to invoke the blessings of Parmatma, one is supposed to observe on a day-to-day basis and the ones that he has to perform on special occasions. This is very important for us to understand and learn what are the daily duties that we are supposed to perform, which are on the rightful path of doing karma. Right? That means what we are going to live in our own life. Are we leading the life in a way where we are really following our dharma? That is basically carrying everybody along with us, being helpful, being truthful, doing all the actions and remembering that all these actions are as per the praise of the Lord, and this is for praise of the Lord himself only. Here, let us understand a shloka in more detail. Karmendriyani sanyamaya ya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimoodatma mithyachara sa uchyate. Here the word mithyachara is used. The meaning of the shloka is one who restrains the senses of actions but whose mind dwells on sense objects certainly deludes himself and is called as a pretender, mithyachari. So we come across this many times in our own lives where we are able to control what we want to watch, what we want to say or what we want to hear, but is our mind in our own control? If we are still thinking of the same things, then we are only defeating ourselves. We are being false and telling lies to our own self, and hence this person is called as mithyachari. The opposite of this is someone who performs his duties without any selfish motives is referred to as a yogi. So it is very easy to understand now that a simpleton performs karma with selfish motives, whereas a learned scholar performs the same karma without an iota of selfish motive. The act of learned scholars must be emulated by the rest, and that's why we see that anybody who is holding a position either in the family or in the society or in the workplace, why is it so important? Because everybody else is looking up to you. So the learned scholar must know this and remember that there are people who are going to follow and must act accordingly. Because whatever they set as standard, the same will be the benchmark for the rest and they will follow the suit. So here Parmatma reminds him that for me, what is the need for Parmatma to do anything? Sitting at one place, he can create the entire Srishti. He does not even need to be there in Kurukshetra. But yet he is there. And not only in Kurukshetra, right from the childhood of Lord Krishna, we have seen he has done everything that needs to be done at the right time, at the right age, in the right way. So the question is, why did he do it? For him, there is no need. He is not a human being like us. He is not a jiva like normal human jiva. He is Paramatma. But yet, He did all that because he is told that if he sets a bad precedent, then many would follow and they would denounce their karmas. As a result of this, many of them will distance themselves away from their respective varnashrama dharmas, and this would create a situation of varna sankarya. This situation will become more chaotic over a period of time where it may further lead to mass murdering of the innocent subjects. So hence, it is very important over here where Lord Krishna specified that why he, even though he is Parmatma and he doesn't have to do all these things, yet he behaved like a human being and performed exactly according to his Varna and Ashrama, so that everybody else also follows the same. So this is what we have covered up till now. Going forward, we'll talk more in detail about why is it important to perform the karma in our day-to-day life and how it will impact all of us. So much for now, and look forward to joining all of you in the next session. Sri Krishnarpanamastu.